It's sometimes easy to forget that Thanksgiving isn't just about turkey and pumpkin pie and gathering with friends or family. Thanksgiving is really the opportunity where, in the beginning of the American Thanksgiving, these folks had been through a really, really rough year. Many of them had traveled across the ocean, then they were starting a new life, and they didn't know how to grow things, and they were struggling, and there was a lot of disease, and the Native Americans helped these people. They helped the forefathers of those who came across the ocean, my foreparents, and they helped them grow, and they helped them harvest, and they helped them understand how to work with the land. And they gathered together, all of them, in a spirit of unity, to give thanks for life, thanks for friendship, thanks for caring, thanks for sharing. And the spirit of Thanksgiving is a very pure thing. Now, many people will sit around their Thanksgiving dinner table and share something that they feel grateful for. And it's a wonderful way to set the tone for a heartfelt gathering. But I have an invitation for you today to take another step towards connecting with the people that you join in the meal with at your Thanksgiving. Instead of just sharing one thing that you're grateful for, although you could do that, I invite you to explore another dimension of gratitude. And I've seen this done several different ways, so I'm going to give you several different ways you could do this. But everyone at that table brings something to the table. Every person who gathers, some that you may not, somebody perhaps in your family brings somebody you haven't met before, but they're friendly to the group, or they maybe offer to help clean up, or there's something about them you can be grateful for. And while you're sitting at the table, one of you could start and say, let's share something we're grateful for about the person to our left. And then you initiate the first gratitude about something you're grateful for about the person to your left. And then they speak something they're grateful for about the person to their left. Some of them will be funny, some of them will be deep, some of them will be perhaps a little bit surfacey, but it gives everybody a chance to extend and share a gratitude to the person on their left or a person on their right, and go either direction. But there's something very powerful. In fact, there's research that was done at Penn State about the difference between thinking gratitude and speaking gratitude. And what we found in that research was that when you actually speak your gratitude, it actually improves your blood pressure, it improves your immune system. There's a number of physical benefits that come out of speaking and living from gratitude. Not any of us want to have just one day when we're living from gratitude. But on Thanksgiving, it's a day when we can practice speaking gratitude in a whole new way. And you actually could speak gratitude about the person on your left and the left and the left. And before the circle is complete, everyone will be feeling a whole lot better. Years ago, my husband decided to speak some gratitude. When he was a little boy, his family went to a particular church, and the family was a singing family. And Joe, who would become a singer his entire life, his whole career was based in his singing. But as a little 7-year-old, the family was supposed to sing a song at a holiday, and the whole church, 300 people, were going to be watching this family sing the song. And this little 7-year-old had never sung in public before, and he was very, very nervous, and he was sitting there at the moment when it came time for them to sing this song, and they stood in front of the entire church, and this little 7-year-old was supposed to start singing, and when he opened his mouth, no sound would come out. And he immediately just got terrified and thought ideas of just running off the stage came to him, and he glanced right behind the seat that his family sat in every Sunday, and there was a woman who was the mother of one of his older brother's friends, Mrs. Bryant. And she looked right into Joe's eyes, and she just smiled, this great big smile, and Joe was able to take a breath, and he could sing. And many, many decades later, he was thinking about Mrs. Bryant, and he thought, you know, if Mrs. Bryant hadn't smiled at me, I would have been so afraid I wouldn't have been able to sing. I would have been ashamed. I might never have given myself permission to become a singer and have the life that I've had. He wrote Mrs. Bryant a thank you letter decades after that smile and said, thank you for my singing career. Here's what you did when I was a 7-year-old. You gave me warmth, you received me, you gave me confidence that I could take a breath and I could sing. And he thanked her for that moment and how much that moment had shaped his life. I was standing next to Joe when we were at his father's funeral, and Mrs. Bryant's son came by. And Joe said, you know, I wrote your mother a letter about 5 years ago. And he says, not only did you write a letter to her, she kept it in her wallet. She read that letter many, many times herself, and often she would bring it out at meals and share that letter with all of us about the power of saying how grateful you are for someone. And I know that made Joe feel good. I know it made Mrs. Bryant feel good. But here's the truth. You and I can express our gratitude. We can turn the volume up on that power that we have, not just for Thanksgiving, but really for a way that we live our lives. So happy Thanksgiving to you. And for all of you for whom it's not your actual Thanksgiving day, feel my Thanksgiving for you. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it today. And who is someone that you're grateful for? Go ahead and share this with me in the comment section below. And you don't have to name the person. You can just say my daughter or my brother or my husband, or say whatever you'd like to say, but name something you're grateful for and increase that well-being in yourself.